YouTube, welcome to my review for BoonBoomger episode 25. So this will probably be a fairly short review as there's not a whole lot to really dive into. I mean, it was another fine episode, but there's still not a lot going on. It was kind of a run-of-the-mill, kind of sentimental filler. I think like the best parts of it were, I guess, kind of the nice message that's obviously going to hit for people that are more into these type of episodes and also, you know, the target audience. As it's kind of about Taiya going back to this after-school program he was at based on his inspiration from this teacher that he had that helped him when he was little, because I guess he was shy and she helped him come out of his shell. And there's some nice moments within it. You know, they have this whole plot device where the monster of the week puts them in like a coma and they're kind of put in like a false memory situation where they're put back into a memory, but then like the monster is twisting it to like fit their narrative. It's kind of like that scene in Deadpool and Wolverine, to be honest, where Sandra Nova makes it look like Vanessa is saying, oh, you're worthless or whatever, you'll never matter. It's kind of like that, but in a 10 times less entertaining package. So basically, yeah, that's the gist of it, and it leads to a nice little scene, a nice sentiment of like, they try to get Taiya to believe like, oh, you should just be alone or whatever, and he's like, no, she actually said to me that you need to find people that kind of shine with all of the colors of the rainbow, you know, kind of a nice little message, not to mention, you know, the rainbow nod being because of Sentai, you know, being all different colors, and it kind of comes together at the end after the fight where you have this shot of Boon Boon Red with the rainbow in the background. So it's a nice little message, you know, especially for Sentai and for kids and all that, and it all works out fine and nicely. It's an overall, like, harmless episode. Like, there was nothing to get mad at. It was just kind of boring and generic for me. Like, it was kind of nice to focus on Taiya a bit, but I wish we would have gotten something that would have actually told me something unique about him. Like, yeah, we learned he was shy, and this is how he learned to sort of work with others, which led to, like, where he is now, but it's much more feeling like it was they wanted to tell this generic Sentai lesson and message and fit it into the episode rather than us actually learning something unique about Taiya, in my opinion. Not that it made me mad, but it was just kind of disappointing. Speaking of disappointing, when they are in the dream sequence, you also have Sakito in the dream sequence as well, and I was actually kind of excited because I mentioned in the last couple of reviews how it sucks that he's been kind of sidelined. He's kind of fitting that bill of six Rangers that have annoyed me the last few years where, not that he's become a cartoon bit, but after their debut, they become like background characters, and especially with him who had such an interesting potential for a unique dynamic. In fact, I was thinking about this during this episode when they're all going to this school, and they give reasons why Boondi got him to go there, but I was thinking like we had some really interesting dynamics with Purple being possibly a different X Factor, even just some of the different motivations with Orange. I'm like, this could have been an interesting cast where, not that they're always fighting, but there wouldn't be always kumbaya, and there could have been some interesting perspectives, and now they're just all one homogenous blob of Sentai joy, and it just like took away all the interesting elements. But anyway, I was excited about Sakito being in this because I was like, maybe we'll actually get some background into him. Like, it makes sense. We have the two that have the partner bots, and then he's out of the dream very quickly. They try to entice him with his Yu-Gi-Oh card friend. He's like, look, I have the Roaring Dracon card. And he's like, nope, I'm out. I made the right choice to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. We're good. It was basically just used to show how Tai was meant to overcome it. And it was kind of disappointing. Like, honestly, I really wish there would have been more of that. I hope we get more of his character in the future. And honestly, that's all there really is to say. Like, it was an overall fine episode. Again, a nice message for kids. A really harmless episode. It didn't make me upset. But I really just wish there was more going on. I kind of agree with the people in the comments lately that I wish that there was some more story progress. I know this is more of an episodic slice of life series, but I still think that there should be just a little more something going on. All we really have is the base setup of the gasoline villains and then the Grand Prix in the background, and I feel like episodes like this would be more appreciated if we would have more like episodes of substance going on. Like if this was just coming off a 3-parter or 2-parter story-driven episode debut for 119, it would be like, yeah, that was a nice episode, nice little break before the next plot thing, but it really feels crazy that we're like halfway to over halfway through and next to nothing of real substance has happened. It's been pretty generic, and there are series like that, but it just feels exceptionally uneventful. There is a little bit of push of like the villains are like, oh, we really need to get this going for the bosses, and it seems like that might come to a head a little bit next episode, but we'll have to see. But it was an overall another fine episode. I'm not disliking the series. There's still a lot I like about the aesthetics and the cast, but I'll admit I'm getting a little bit bored waiting for something to happen. Even in more episodic Sentai series, it feels like there was more going on at this point. Like, it feels like in those series, at least when there was debuts or multi-parters, those would actually happen in between all the stuff, and it feels like this has been almost nothing but filler episodes outside of when we got our new Rangers. I also just saw somebody recently saying like, oh, we're only a few episodes away from like the 3rd arc, and it made me realize how funny it is that after we had the core team established, you had this 2nd arc, and all that really was added was Purple, and everything else about the arc has just been random episodes. But anyways, guys, as always, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and comment steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.